Let's put a light bar on one of my buddy's 2001 Ford Ranger. This is all the supplies we'll be using. We got a light bar he got for free, a full wiring harness, and some custom brackets we made. The first step to this light bar's install is laying out this harness. This harness is pretty cool. It already comes pre-wired to a relay, and it's already got an inline fuse on the hot side. It also comes with its own switch. Now I'm starting to push the wires for the switch up through this gap in the fender. This will run into the cab. After I get that all pushed through, I'm going to start laying out where this harness is going to go. Right now I'm working on the ground. I'm doing a chassis ground instead of on the battery. After I get that ground figured up, I'm going to start working on the hot side. This connection does connect straight to the battery. After I get that, I make sure to put the rubber boot back up underneath the terminal so that it doesn't corrode. Once I get that, I fish the wire up to the front where the light bar is going to be and then tuck the harness away. Now we move into the cab where we pull that wire we previously pushed through for the switch through the cab. This is always the hardest part in light bar installs. Once the wire's in a good spot, we remove this inner kick panel. With the panel removed, this will allow us to pull the wire through. And just right inside the door here, we found this grommet that works perfect for what we're doing, so we just push it out, and then we fish this wire through. Once the wire's in the cab, we put the grommet back and start pulling the wire back into the cab. This was the hardest part. It kind of got hung up a little bit. We had to remove some plastic trim, so this is me crawling up under the dash to get to it. Chase wanted to go at it too, so this is him as well. After the plastics are pulled apart, we can now figure out where we want to drill a hole to put the switch in the actual dash itself. Once we find a good spot, we start drilling a hole. We slowly step up until the hole is the exact same size as the switch itself, and we can press it in. And go figure, the weather started to roll in right as we were getting ready to do all the outside stuff, so that's awesome. It took us a minute to reassemble the entire dash. This plastic's pretty old and brittle, but we got it without breaking anything. Here are the brackets we end up going with. The light bar didn't come with any itself, so we had to make our own. After the brackets are on, we start mocking up where the light bar needs to sit. Once we get it all lined up in a good spot, we start marking the brackets and the holes so that we can drill in the right spot. Now we drill on both sides of the bumper, making sure to go in as straight as we can. Once the holes are drilled, we start drilling these bolts down through. You can see they kind of thread in pretty nice, and we get a good bite on both sides. Then I hold the nut to get it started, and then Chase impacts it so it's nice and snug. And this is what it looks like fully installed. As you can see, it's very bright, and it actually fits on the bumper really nice. It was a very easy install, and most of the stuff was free, so it was really cheap. Now just giving it a little road test. Obviously, these are the factory headlights, and now the light bar. This is the first of many different mods Chase wants to do to his Ranger, so let me know if you want to see more.